Hi, I'm Andrew,
Hi, I'm Colin.
and this is our college football. Wait, let's redo that.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Andrew,
Hey, I'm Colin.
and this is our college football podcast.
Alrighty, so now this is Sunday, and all the college football playoff games and bowl games have been announced. So we're gonna tell you what we think.
Yep. So we saw a lot of very cool, very close, very fun to watch conference championship games. Those told us a lot about these teams, and we got the CFP playoff committee. They finalized their picks. So to start, I think we should just list off our brackets. So in the first game that I have, it's Clemson versus Texas. I have Texas winning this game.
Yeah, I have Texas. I think the whole ACC, especially Clemson's a little bit fraudulent. You can see they don't have any, to me, real wins. And every single team they played that's currently ranked, besides SMU, has beat them, and SMU is like the same case. So that's why I have Texas. I don't think they're a great team. I just think that they're better than Clemson.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so for the next game, it's Tennessee versus Ohio State. I have Ohio State winning this. This is the 9 versus the 8 seed. I think like Tennessee's big win was against Alabama, and Alabama's proved to not be an awesome team. And Ohio State has been tried and tested. I know they just lost to Michigan recently, but Michigan kind of has their number. In the past 5 appearances, they've beat them 4 times. I just think it's a Michigan thing with them. But overall, they're a very strong team. Their only other loss coming to Oregon. So I think that they'll take this for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree. Ohio State's just a really strong team all around. They played well. Yes, their quarterback plays a little bit lackluster right now. But besides that, I think they're one of the strongest teams in the country, and I just don't see Tennessee pulling off an upset.
For Indiana versus Notre Dame, which is the final game of the first round.
SMU Penn State.
Oh, SMU Penn State. Sorry. My eyes are bad. I have Penn State beating SMU.
Yeah.
SMU, it's not great.
Yeah, I think SMU, if you look at their schedule, it's again same thing as Clemson. They have not beat a team that is currently ranked right now. And I think that just, that really shows, and that's why they're not gonna win. I mean, Penn State just has a tougher schedule.
Yeah, and Penn State isn't awesome either.
No.
No quarterback to speak of there, but but SMU is just no match for Penn State. All right, okay, Indiana Notre Dame now. Now this one I did consider for a while because I think they're both similar caliber teams. I'm taking Notre Dame, and I don't think I'm biased because they did beat SC by 2 touchdowns. I just think Notre Dame has had more rigor. The one time Indiana faced a tough opponent, they lost by multiple scores. I mean, I think it's not clear whether you should pick Notre Dame or Indiana, but I have Notre Dame in this bracket.
I like Indiana. It's kind of the passing game versus the running game. Indiana very pass heavy. Notre Dame very run heavy, and I just like the modern air raid spread system that Indiana kind of runs, and I just feel like that's gonna be a difference maker. So I have Indiana, especially since I feel like Indiana has a stronger defense.
Yep. The very very fair points made. I have in Texas versus Arizona State. I have Texas winning this. Texas is I think the number 3 favorite to win the national title, and Arizona State's only in here because they're the Big 12 champions. So Texas winning.
I like Arizona State. I feel like, to me, they're the hottest team in the country. They lost a couple games in the beginning of the season. They were bad losses, but the last 5 games, they've really shown to us that they're by far the hottest team in the country. You think about all sports that the hottest team always wins. You look at their last 5 games. They beat UCF. They beat a ranked Kansas State team, a previously undefeated and ranked BYU team. They blew out their rival Arizona by 42 points. It's hard to win a rivalry like that. Almost all the rivalry games were close, so that's big. And then they killed Iowa State in the conference championship by 26 points. So I feel like, you look at almost all the team sports playoffs. The hottest team always wins.
I think it's I think it's very easy to get hot against like when you're not playing like Georgia, twice in your season. And I think it'll be a fun game to watch, like most of these will. But anyways, moving on. I'm gonna take Oregon over Ohio State in the Rose Bowl game. Oregon's already beat them. They've shown that they can. When it did happen, it was very close. Or Oregon edging out a win by like just like a point, I think. But I think I think President is gonna remain true. I don't think Ohio State's gonna like pull off anything crazy here.
I completely agree. I just think the difference is Dylan Gabriel is a lot um, smarter and more experienced than Will Howard. I feel like talent wise, they're pretty comparable. I just think Dylan Gabriel is like a seventh year super duper senior. And I think that experience is just gonna help him kind of have that little edge over Ohio State.
So I have two brackets, and in one of the brackets I have Penn State beating Boise State. This is my main bracket, so I'm gonna go with Penn State winning this game. However, I actually think that this is a total toss up. Run offense versus run heavy offense. I think Penn State's a little bit more tested than Boise State is, and so I think that they're going to come out with a win in this game. But I think it'll be really close. Boise State will have like the luxury of a bye, so they'll be better rested. And I think if Ashley and Genie can come through, they could pull it off. But I think Penn State's a safer bet, and that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I have Penn State too. I just don't know if the Boise State offensive line is gonna be able to get those gaps for Genie against like a really strong defensive front for Penn State, and that's kind of what the difference is gonna be. So that's why I have Penn State.
All right, Notre Dame versus Georgia. For calling it's Indiana versus Georgia. I have Georgia no matter who they play. Notre Dame, Indiana. They'll. It's almost guaranteed that they'll make it to the finals because I mean they have like a pretty easy like half of the bracket. I have them winning this game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I just think Georgia is too talented. The extra rest is gonna help them a lot.
Yep.
So the question is, a lot of people are saying, well, what if Carson Beck can't play? He couldn't squeeze the football. Obviously, he's something in his arm, which is the last injury you want a quarterback to have. But I really think that it's more than just the quarterback. I don't think Beck was doing anything special. I think the backup will be just fine. So that's why I have Georgia winning.
All right, so in Texas versus Oregon, I mean, I think that there's kind of a case to be made for Texas, but I think Oregon's the clear favorite, and I think Oregon will win.
Yeah, here I have Oregon too. I mean, in my bracket, they're playing Arizona State, but Oregon is the best team in the country. They're the only undefeated team in the country, and I think that shows a lot. That week in, week out, they're playing. They didn't have many off weeks. So that's why I have Oregon beating Arizona State.
And then in Penn State, Georgia, I have Georgia. I think like Penn State will like make it pretty far, but I don't think that they should because I think that they should be like closer to a 9 seed. The only thing that's keeping them at the 6 seed is like their schedule, which is like nearly immaculate. However, they just haven't been tested. In the games where they have been tested, they've lost, and like against SC for example, they came like within 3 of losing. So I have Georgia winning here.
I have Penn State just because I don't really believe in Georgia that much. I think they're a little bit too cocky. They drop games. They almost dropped them to Georgia Tech. I just don't see them as like too dominant. And when they have a team, with similar talent, similar size, I just don't think they'll be able to win, especially with the quarterback situation right now. If Carson Beck isn't able to play like 100%, I just don't see them winning this game.
I mean, I think that's a very fair point, and it'll be tough for Carson Beck against like the stellar Penn State defense. But like Penn State's like a one-trick pony. Georgia like will know what to expect, and so I think that they'll win. All right, for my national championship pick, I have Oregon. As do 40% of people. They're like the favorite to win. Not a whole lot to say.
Yeah, no, I have Oregon too. Undefeated for a reason. They've already beat Penn State. Why not one more time? So yeah, that's what I have.
All right. I guess we could talk about the Heisman for like a minute or two.
All right. Yeah. So it's over. Do I think Travis Hunter should win the Heisman? No. I really think it should be Ashton Jenney. Travis Hunter's playing two positions, but he's not the best at either of them.
Right.
There's Ashton Jenney is the best running back we've had in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter is not even the best. Is not even a top 5 corner this year, and he's barely a top 5 receiver this year. Yes, he's playing a lot of snaps, but I feel like if he didn't play for Colorado with Coach Prime and he was so covered by the media, he would not win the Heisman.
I think like a huge factor in my like agreement with you is that Colorado is not in the CFP playoff and Boise State is. Boise State has had to face probably slightly easier competition because I mean the Big 12 is like a joke. But even though Travis Hunter is on both sides of the ball, like playing a bunch of snaps, like he's not doing it for his team. And Genie's like really, Genie, whatever. He's like really carrying this Boise State team to like the number 3 seed in the playoff, which is like nearly impossible. So I have to agree with you here, but Travis Hunter is like the obvious favorite. Now Genie will get sub number 1 votes, and it's either between between those two. No one else has a chance at all. I think like Dylan Gabriel's plus 30,000 to win it, but I think Travis Hunter will for sure.
Yeah, Travis Hunter, he has 14 touchdowns, but he's not even top 5 in receiving yards. While Ashton Genie has almost 800 yards more than the second place, and he has 6 touchdowns more than Trey Stewart for Jacksonville State, I think. So, yes, the Mountain West isn't the best, but it's a lot better than every other Group of 5 conference.
For sure.
I think Mountain West is closer to the Big 12 than it is to the MAC or
like Sun Belt.
The Sun Belt.
Yeah.
I think it's way closer. So that's why, to me, Ashton Genie should win the Heisman. I just don't think he will with the amount of media attention Travis Hunter's getting.
All right, to conclude the episode, hopefully it hasn't been too long. For all the SC fans who've stuck around, we're just going to do a quick SC recap, talk about bowl game prospects, kind of cover the USC Notre Dame game, talk about Mayava. I just want to, just one quick thing, if you don't already know, because I didn't before we made this video, Miller Moss is in the transfer portal. Although he has very, very close ties to USC, it's not enough. He's severing them and he's going elsewhere.
I'm fine with that. To be honest, I don't think he was anything special. We're going to get... I don't know how great Mayava is, but I feel like we'll be able to get Hussam Monstreet, the 5-star. He'll be good, as well as we'll always find a transfer portal quarterback. I'm not too worried about that.
Yep. Agree. Notre Dame was a very frustrating loss. Two massive pick sixes that should have tied up the game or made it more competitive than it was. It's just another disappointing late performance by SC. Going into the Las Vegas Bowl, they'll probably be up against A&M. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm kind of I'm tired of talking about SC. It's always super disappointing. At least they made a bowl game.
Yeah,
that was iffy. Just one quick thing. We had I think we had them going 10-2 or 11-1 this season. My dad had him going 6-6, and he that proved right. Yeah, he had some incredible foresight. After the LSU game, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a terrible prediction by my dad, but
well,
he got it.
It was dead on. The Las Vegas Bowl, I think we can win. I don't think Texas A&M is anything special. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who plays. I would not be surprised if half the team opted out.
Yeah.
So, it'll be a fun game. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment.